Hello, fellow souls. Welcome to this pick a card reading regarding everything you need to know about your upcoming glow up whenever you're watching this. For this reading, we will be using these three decks: the Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck by Tori Hartman, the Golden Thread Tarot deck by Labyrinthos, and the Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. We have 4 cards for you to pick from today. Pick whichever one makes your heart feel really good as you gaze upon it. Then jump to the timestamp listed below in the description box and let's go. Okay, pile number 1. What is your glow up? What's this all about? Oh, yeah, no, this is physical. Right off the bat, you're going to notice some physical changes because I'm getting like a literal glow about you. Your face, it just clears up. I am seeing like there might have been some problem with acne, particularly on your um, the side of your face, upper cheeks, and your back. Quite a bit of acne. And I'm just hearing beautiful, like beautiful, sincerely beautiful. I'm not hearing like oh my god, gorgeous, so dramatic. No, I'm hearing it's a very simple, like almost in awe, like beautiful. Like this person is beautiful. And that voice is not so much as in like I'm hearing it like everybody is saying that. It's like for the first time you get to look at yourself and you just get to go, I'm beautiful. And it's exciting, but it's also a relief. It's like a like the heaviest JanSport you've been carrying around since the 5th grade, with every single book, every textbook, every book from the library, and it's so heavy, you know? It's just burning a hole in your back. And it's like finally you just get to feel, not even, it's not even like you get to feel a little confident. No, you just get to feel like finally I get to be somebody that I visually admire, like for the first time in forever. Yeah, this is kind of emotional, actually. I wasn't expecting that because I saw the sun card and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be like a," but it is kind of emotional. And I feel like it's going to be in time for some sort of big event, like a wedding. I don't know if it's your wedding or someone else's wedding, but you're going to feel like, "Oh, finally I get to show up and I not only I don't have to be embarrassed, but I'm getting like a bunch of, I don't know, like aunts uh and like relatives coming up to you. And you're like, oh, wow, you look great. And normally it's everybody else that gets the attention. And finally, you don't get those passive aggressive comments. You get an actual compliment. Yeah, it's like turning a new page, but it's going to take dedication. Here's the thing. It doesn't just crop out of nowhere. This is a seed that you deliberately plant, and it's discipline. It's all based on discipline. Like you have a skincare routine and you have I don't want to say a diet because that sounds limiting, it's not a diet. And I hate using this term because it sounds so like, ugh, it's a lifestyle. But it is, it's a lifestyle. It's like you've just decided to turn the page and become the it girl, that girl that you've always wanted to be. Like you've just decided that you're going to become that person, whoever that person is that you imagine in your head. But you're just going to start asking, okay, if this is the lifestyle that I've always dreamed of, this is the glow up I've always dreamed of, the people who have that lifestyle, what do they do? Right? What actions do they take? What thoughts do they think? What feelings do they feel? And then you're just going to decide to do those things, think those thoughts, and feel those feelings. It's a decision. And you're deliberate and consistent about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how the wind blows. It doesn't matter how, the weather that day. It doesn't matter. You are consistent day in and day out. And you will be able to sow that crop. You will be able to reap what you sow. But you are deliberate in planting those seeds. Because it's like everything is in your favor. Everything is going in your favor, but you have to be the one to plant those seeds. Do you understand? It's great weather, it's great temperature, everything is great. The soil is great. Everything is primed in order for you to sow, to reap what you know what I mean? Like to plant those seeds and to have them grow, but you actually have to plant them. So I feel like you've already decided who that dream version of yourself is, but you actually have to, and you're going to get it. You're going to get what it is that you want. But in order to get that dream life that you've always wanted, you have to actually decide to burn those old habits and start implementing these new ones. And it's going to bring you so much stability. So much stability, but not just, and I'm seeing like actual stability as in like physically. I don't know if you're clumsy, if you have like some sort of Bella Swan syndrome going on, but yeah, like there's something, I don't know if there's something wrong with your feet, with your knees, with your back, other than the back knee, but this is going to bring you stability. Probably yoga might be good, but I'm seeing there's something here like a really good stretch. A really good stretch that's going to help with your actual physical stability so that you're not like knocking things over all the time. You're not tripping and falling all the time. So there's that. But it's going to feel like such a weight lifted off of your shoulder. Yeah, there's like a parallel between you're carrying things on your back and something being wrong with your back. Like obviously you have some sort of rash or something on you. I don't know, this keeps coming up. Like there's something wrong with your back. But uh there's also back pain. There's your back isn't properly aligned or isn't stretched out or isn't decompressed enough. But it has to do with the weight on your shoulders. I feel like that whatever this is, you've been carrying this around since like the second grade. You were probably bullied, let's be honest. Because yeah. But it's like those thoughts that little girl thought, it's time to let those go. It's time to let those go, and it's time for a new uh lifestyle, right? It's an all-encompassing lifestyle. But in order for that to happen, you have to will it into being by putting in place all the little things that will eventually lead towards everything you've ever wanted. Yeah. I feel like once you start planting these things, you're going to see concrete results by like late spring, early summer, early to midsummer, whenever you're whenever you're watching this. But I'm just hearing like finally you won't be embarrassed to get a tan. You'll be able to tan in peace. So there's that. Yeah, a lot of sun symbolism here. But notice like the literal glow up, but the glow up happens when you turn things on its head, when you start seeing things from a different perspective. You stop being and doing and thinking and feeling what you normally do, and you start being, thinking, feeling, seeing the world like that perfect version with the perfect family and the perfect situation, the perfect life, that person, how they view the world. And you literally just have to will it. Yeah, just like declare it to the universe. But yeah, good luck with that stability thing because, girl, like my ankles hurt just thinking about this. Or like arches or something. It's like you're finally going to decide to do something about that and actually stretch out your feet, stretch out your, or do balancing exercises. But it's like you're going to start taking action into all the things that you knew you had to start doing anyways. It's like just do it now so that you can see results whenever summer shows up or whenever spring shows up. But good luck with this. Like everything is in your favor. It's like clear skies, perfect weather. Everything is in your favor. You just have to do the work of planting and then watering the seeds and letting it grow, like giving it time to grow without you just giving up. Be consistent. Decide who you want to be. Good luck. Put in the comments. Let me know how it goes because I'm dying to see how this turns out. What are the seeds that you're planning on planting? Like, who is this person? Put it down in the comments. All right. Bye. Pile number 2. You know exactly who it is you want to be. You know exactly who it is that you want to your glow up to be. You're not here in order for me to tell you what you want your glow up to be. You're here to find out if you can actually become that person and not be kind of kicked out of a social group. You're afraid that your friends won't be accepting. Spoiler alert, they're not really your friends. But you place far too much power in these people's hands because you care so much about their opinion of you. Meanwhile, these people don't give a shit about you. They're too busy caring about themselves. All of them are. And they pretend, maybe, like they care about other people. They don't. They care about themselves. And you actually do care about other people too much. You care about them so much. You care about how they feel. They care about what they're thinking. You care about, it's like, first of all, that's none of your business. Second of all, who cares? Who cares what they think? Because if they're standing in the way of you becoming the best version of yourself, then they are not actually your friends. Okay? Right now, the biggest person standing in the way of your glow up is you. You are not being your own friend. You need to get on that. Because once you turn that tide, it's like everything just kind of, the wheels start turning. Everything just kind of starts going and building momentum in that direction. But you have to embrace what you actually like, who you actually are. You know, most people have no idea who they really are. You know exactly who you are. You just think that that person is kooky and weird and won't be accepted, which I respect that, honestly. Like, I respect that more than if you're just, some basic that blends into the wallpaper. And it might be really beautiful wallpaper. It might be really trendy wallpaper that fits in and never stands out. But that's not you. And you know that's not you. You're not wallpaper. You're statement furniture. Okay? Sometimes wallpaper can be the statement in a room, okay? But not this room. You feel? Not this room. Have you seen this room?
What a beautiful room. Have you seen this room?
You are the statement furniture. Stop trying to be just another petal on the floral wallpaper. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not boring. Why do you want so badly to be boring? Cut it out. It's boring. You're weird and kooky and strange and awesome. Be that awesome weirdo. Nobody remembers the people who blend in. People only remember the outliers. People only write books about outliers. They only make movies about outliers because otherwise nobody would care, right? Like, otherwise, people would just look in the mirror and be like, oh, okay, look at me. I got my own show on TLC. No! You seen the shows on TLC? They're like the weirdest shows on the planet. It's always like some foreign midget has 90 days in order to marry their second cousin and have 300 kids. It's always the weirdest show. They eat out of dumpsters and try and save tons of money. TLC, what are you doing? No more beauty pageant for toddlers. It's weird. But weird makes a lot of money. Weird draws a big crowd. Baby, you're weird. Go be weird. Someone's into that weird. Someone's into that weird. But moral of the story is your glow up is gonna happen when you decide to let it happen. That's when it's gonna happen. Because you've been blocking yourself this entire time because you've been too paranoid about what other people think of you. About what the wrong people think of you, by the way. Right? Go be weird. Also, now I'm like super curious I'm far too invested in this right now. Please tell me your weirdness in the comments. I need to know. I need to know what this is. Yeah, once you decide to actually do this, it's like day and night. It's like day and night. Like you're unbelievably powerful. You have everything going in your favor. You just have to stop, you know, moping and crying over people who, quite frankly, their opinion kind of means nothing. So get it together and be your weird self, because I'm dying to know who this is. Like I want to meet this person. This is a person who's interesting. I believe in you. You got this. You got this. I need to know who this person is. So tell me who you are down in the comments. Bye. All right, pile number 3. Let's get into this. What's your glow up all about? Oh, you've been working on this for quite a while. You have been putting work into this, and you're finally going to get what you've been working so hard towards. I mean, you've been putting serious effort for quite a while on all levels, right? Like you've been working on your mental state, you've been working on your emotional state, you've been working, you know, from an energetic standpoint to get this, declaring it to the universe. But also, like physically, you've been working your butt off. You've been laying the foundation, and the roots are growing. The roots are healthy, right? And it's like you're finally going to get what you've been asking for, what you've been working towards. You've had to, it's like you've had all these different things set up in motion, and it's like everything, all the pieces are finally connecting. It's like if you've been building this puzzle and you've done little bits and little pieces. And I feel like, I don't know if you've been made fun of for this, but it's kind of like you've been putting all this work into it and people keep asking you like, "Oh, is this working out? Is this working out?" And it's like, and you feel like you have to come up with excuses to justify why you haven't been seeing results, but you've still been sticking to all your stuff. It's like finally you're going to see results. Finally people are going to walk up, and it's like you can start to see the puzzle being laid out in front of you, and it's starting to make sense. And you're getting that confirmation. It's like you've just been busting your butt off. Yeah, it's like you finally get your reward. You finally get your reward for busting your ass and working hard what towards what you wanted. And this is 2 to 3 months time. In 2 to 3 months time, all the loose ends are finally going to wrap up, and you're going to get what you've been waiting for. There's something here. It's all about seeing it in your mind's eye. Because I kept getting like eyes, but no, it's not your physical eyes. It's like in your mind's eye. You have to keep that vision alive. It's like that'll move things further along. It'll make it easier, and it'll propel it forward. It'll build momentum. But it's like if you are working out, yeah, okay, you're going through the motions, you're physically working out, sure. But mentally, in your mind's eye, you can see this version of yourself that you're trying to, and that you're actively bringing into reality, right? As you are, even as you're at work and you're doing whatever it is that your job entails, whatever task it is, in your mind's eye, you are seeing yourself bringing in the life that you want financially, um, in terms of general stability, in terms of relationships. It's like you always have to keep that dream alive. You have to be almost religious about that. It's almost like you are a walking vision board, okay? And it's constantly playing in the back of your mind. And that will help move things forward. But honestly, I'm so proud of you guys. Like, this is discipline. This is some pretty impressive stuff. And even though it's like you've been going through the motions, you might not be able to see just how hard you've been working. And you're definitely not really seeing the results that you want to see, but you have been laying the groundwork, and the roots are finally going to start making themselves obvious. Where you've been tending to this plant, and just because you haven't been able to see foliage on the tree, that you're gonna start to see that, because it's a sturdy tree, that you've built the foundation so well that these roots aren't going anywhere, right? And so then by the time that tree is actually building up, it's like it hasn't come into focus yet. Do you see that? It's almost like it hasn't really come into focus, but the roots are so sturdy that once this tree actually blossoms and you're able to turn around and actually notice what you've been doing, it's like all these things that you've been juggling to try and keep up in the air, that it will finally pay off. It will finally pay off. Like, not only are you going to get what you've been asking for, but you're going to get everything you've been asking for and more. Everything you've been working hard towards and more. Yeah, it's like finally, finally. But this is really impressive. Honestly, this is really impressive. I'm really proud of you guys. Put down in the comments what it is you've been working so hard for and striving towards. And honestly, put down tips for other people on discipline, or, tips and tricks that have gotten you through this, because this is pretty impressive. And let me know when you finally get your stuff. I'm getting between 2 and 3 months, but honestly, keep that vision in your mind's eye, and who knows? It could literally just fall from the sky. One day you wake up and your whole life is in bloom. Yeah, it's kind of up to you. Really impressive. Really cool. Love it. All right. This is awesome. I love pile number 3. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Bye. Okay, pile number 4. I don't know if you actually have the most cards, but it feels like the most cards. It feels all encompassing. And this is a really, really good feeling pile. Your glow up, it's like everything is just showing up. Finally, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's almost like being pushed into a pool. Like, it's it's a jolt of you're gonna need some time to adjust. I'll say that. It's almost like you're being pushed into a really, really cold lake where it feels refreshing, but also it's gonna be a shock to the system. It's gonna be a shock to the system, but it's like you're getting a little bit of everything that you asked for, right? A little bit of everything. It's like you got one of each. Yeah, this is a lot about overcoming mental strife. It's like you're leveling up. This glow up, it involves you maturing from a psychological perspective. From a psychological standpoint, it's like you are leveling up and you're starting to see yourself and others in a more compassionate way, in a more, it's like you're not as hard on yourself and on others as you normally are. And that will free up so much time and energy. And it's just not, you don't realize how much it's been holding you down until you finally let that go. And it's like the whole world opens up to you. It's so freeing. And how does this happen? Meditation. Meditation. And I'm not talking about meditation, which I'm sure works for a lot of people, but I'm not talking about meditation where you just sit cross legged, close your eyes, think of nothing, and maybe say every like 20 seconds for 20 seconds. No, I'm sure that's great. What I'm talking about here is specifically you doing forgiving and freeing meditations, just guided meditations on YouTube, where you are releasing your past burdens, emotional trauma, psychological trauma. You're just deciding to let everything go. And it's a weight lifted off of your shoulders. It's like you finally allow yourself to heal what has needed to be healed and you move on. And it's going to be day and night. It's going to be day and night. But you're going to allow yourself to be the the child that you were supposed to be as a child. And this involves a little bit of everything that you've always wanted. But it's going to be really freeing. It's like the whole world opens up to you. You have so many options now, whereas before it was like, no, this is the only path I can go down. I have to do this and I have to do it this way, and there are zero other options. And all of a sudden, you heal all these old beliefs. You let go of all this old pain you've been carrying around, and it won't take long either. I'm seeing like this is like 1 week, 2 week tops, where you just decide to do one of these or two of these meditations a day, preferably before bed, right? Because then it'll just help you doze off right into sleep. And even if it plays on in the background, it's like, hey, that might help, who knows? But it's like you're finally letting your subconscious be free, and you're letting your mind, it's like your mind's been carrying around all this baggage that once you let it go, you will feel lighter. You will feel lighter, not just mentally, but physically. You will lose weight. Physically, you will lose weight. And if you're like, I don't want to lose any more weight, I don't know what to tell you. You will lose weight and it will make you feel better, is all I'm getting here about that. So, but it's like it won't feel so difficult to move around, to um to talk to people, to be in certain situations. It's like everything is a struggle. It's like even sleep feels exhausting. Just thinking about sleeping feels exhausting, and it's like you finally let to you finally get to let that go. And this happens so quickly. Happens so quickly. But it's just you just ask your guides, and you ask like, "Hey, archangel of healing or angels of healing, please help me find the perfect meditations for me in order to release everything that I need to release, all these burdens, all these traumas, these struggles. Help me release all of it." And this is like, honestly, I'm getting 7 to 12 days. 7 to 12 days of you just continuously doing these little meditations. And they're not super long either. They're like maximum 20 minutes, guided meditations. And you give yourself permission to release and move on. And it's not even that your glow up is like, oh, you're going to become a new person. It's like, no, you're going to live. It's like a whole new reality. It's like everything is different. The world outside, the sun will look different. The sky, you're like, "Oh, has the sky always been this beautiful?" Man, this is so freeing. And I want to cry a little bit because it just feels so like it I can feel how heavy this feels, but at the same time I can also feel how light and like carefree and like hopeful and joyful this is. And man, you really deserve this. You really deserve this. So please heal and give yourself permission to heal, because you deserve this and more. I want this so badly for you. So put down in the comments if you would love to share, if you'd like to share any of this. But even if you don't want to talk about any of this, man, I want this for you so badly. So do it. Do it. Go. If you needed a confirmation that it was time to move on and to step into a new world and to leave the past behind and to heal it and shut that door, and then like in Monsters Inc., you just destroy that door so you don't have access to that reality anymore. But man, yeah, I'm getting kind of emotional. This is beautiful, and you deserve everything and more. So, yeah, you got this. I believe 1,000,000,000% in you. You got this. And please let me know if you actually are seeing changes in this, because this is beautiful and you deserve beautiful. So, anyways, I love you. I'm proud of you. Okay.